we'd like to thank our partners from the Singapore Tourism Board for your continued trust and confidence. Do I just pretend to click and then you'll just pretend to click and then you'll be the one to move the slide? So first and foremost, again, thank you to Singapore Tourism Board for the trust and confidence, for partnering with us once again and renewing this MOU. Since the reopening or the recovery from the pandemic, Singapore Tourism Board in Singapore is actually was the first to approach us, to work closely with us in rebuilding traffic. No? The moment Singapore opened up, we worked together with this partnership and started adding more capacity to Singapore. So here you'll see this is really just the growth of our capacity for our Manila-Singapore route from the start of the reopening post-pandemic. And you'll see here the speed of how we've ramped up capacity into Singapore. And I think one of the things we appreciate about working with Singapore Tourism Board is really how they understand that for tourism to work, it really is a symbiotic relationship. No? We will work on providing access, and they will work on making sure that we have good content or good attractions and good things to do in Singapore. And so today is another testament of that, and we're really grateful for this opportunity. Next slide, please. In fact, Cebu Pacific offers the most frequencies to Singapore among 13 carriers. Today, we fly 30 times weekly, flights to Singapore from across the Philippines. Starting May, our Davao Singapore 2 times weekly becomes 4 times, and starting April 28th, we start 7 times, or a daily service from Clark, which we announced just a few weeks ago. So, super excited about this because more flights, more seats also means lower fares.
Many fans.
Right, so many fans. All right, so very excited about that. Next slide, please. Also, starting May, we are actually upgrading one of our flights to Singapore to an A330. Our brand new Cebu-themed A330neo with Recaro seats, with our fares that are 80% lower than other airlines. So not only are we offering more seats, we're also using the best equipment that we have in the fleet that also has the highest number of seats. Right. Next slide, please. So what can you expect for this partnership and this relationship with Singapore Tourism Board from Cebu Pacific? Number one is direct flights, access, convenience, easy to travel to Singapore, not just from Manila, but from Clark, from Cebu, and also from Davao. Number two, lowest fares, more schedules to choose from and lowest fares, which we expect to continue all throughout the year. Because Cebu Pacific naman, we've always, that's one of our commitments to the traveling public, to the Filipinos, and everywhere we fly. And the segue, next slide, is today, just 30 minutes ago, we announced a seat sale, 499 pesos, one-way base fare, to Singapore from any of our domestic hubs. That's from Manila, from Clark, from Cebu, and from Davao. Now and that will only be for selling from March 13 to 15, for travel from June 1 to November 30. All right? So if you're wondering How much is that, right? $4.99 one way comes out to around 2,400 pesos one way, all in, right? Or round trip 4,800, right? So that's for less than 100 US dollars, you get a round trip flight, round trip ticket to Singapore. And then when you get there, you have your free Singapore Rewards experience, and all the other options, all the eating, or the food tours, the walking tours that you can experience in Singapore. So it really is a complete experience. All right, so that's what we have to announce today. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in one of our flights. And Singapore Tourism Board, of course, looks forward to seeing you in Singapore. Thank you so much, and